Y'all ready to go for no? Dun, 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 dun. What in the world? Switch over to our cute little faces today. How's it going? Hey, Dempsey.
What's up, my friends?
Y'all just did a rockin' good job at your scoper. Hey, sassy sweet diva and the oily bunch. Y'all still up to party hardy?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm telling you what, this is going to be a good Periscope. You are going to want to watch the whole thing. That's hilarious, Adam.
That's funny.
This is going to be really good. If you are not a follower, click this man right here and make sure you're following us, because if you got to go to bed, you're going to want to watch the replay. Go ahead and swipe your screen or swipe up, depending if you have a really cool phone like an iPhone or if you have the not so cool one like the Android. You're going to want to share with all of your team members because this is a really good topic.
Australia.
Ooh, that's really fun. Hi, Mama of Blessings. Okay, kombucha. We have to get real. Where's our squirrel? Hold on.
It's about to get real.
It's about to get sad.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Dubai. Adam says he's in Dubai.
All right.
You travel fast, Adam.
Sipping on kombucha right here. This is me, Alana. I have squirrel thoughts a lot, and I love kombucha. And somebody sent me an article today saying that kombucha will rot my teeth. And I'm thinking, wow. I still have teeth so far, and I've been drinking this for like 10 years. Actually, my parents had me drinking kombucha when I was like 7. So hopefully it doesn't rot my teeth. But anyway, kombucha is like a probiotic drink, and it's awesome. But back to business, peeps. I'm still going to drink my kombucha, and I'm not going to have fear that it's going to rot my teeth out, although it probably might. I'm not sure. Okay, so again, make sure you watch this whole thing. If you can't, for whatever reason, find me on YouTube, Alana Bookout, on my channel. I upload all my Periscopes to there, so you can fast forward during the boring parts and fast forward during the dance parties if that's what you want to do. I am Alana Bookout. Network marketing totally changed my life. It changed our lives. I have a passion for inspiring and motivating others to pursue and succeed in the network marketing profession. After all, encouraging others is a passion of mine. This is my husband, Dustin. He is my partner in life, in business, and in Periscope videos. Tonight we are going to talk about go for no. And here's the funny part. Dustin has no idea what I'm about to say. He has no idea what any of these notes are. He's just my trusty little partner that gets me back into line when I get off topic. But I am going to give him this notepad and a pen, because if you write a question, I'm probably not going to see it because I have to focus on the camera. Otherwise, my squirrel brains go off. So I'm going to get through the Go for No little segment, and then it's Q&A with DNA, and we will address all of your questions. So, y'all ready to party hardy? This, again, Go for No. This book right here, written by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. It's a must. This, like, totally blew my mind. I have a sweet girl on our team that sent me this book, and it was awesome. I will tell you, in the first couple chapters, I was thinking it was quite cheesy, and I was wondering if I was going to learn anything from the book, and then it blew my mind. So are you ready for me to blow yours? Before we totally get started, I'm about to take Dustin through a role play that he has no idea he's about to do. Are you up for this?
No.
Go for no.
Because she's going for no.
Okay, so I have not prepared him at all, Scout's honor or whatever hand I'm supposed to do that with. So my question, first of all, for those of you that are in our network marketing company, which I try to keep our name out of talks because I really just want to inspire people in the network marketing industry in general. But we have a convention coming up, right?
Yes.
And there is a gala, and I would like to know if I have your permission to buy a new dress.
No.
No, seriously though,
okay.
honestly.
Yes, you do.
Okay, and can I buy new shoes?
Sure.
And what if I wanted to buy a new wardrobe so that I had a new outfit for every day I attended convention?
Well, I guess so,
Honestly, what would you say?
I would say probably. I need to look at some finances first.
That's pretty.
I always got to look at everything.
Okay, but so when we get to the convention center, and I want to have I even want my luggage looking nice. Could I buy all new luggage?
Well, no.
Okay. I went for the no. So here's the funny part. I have not had this conversation with him so far. I had no idea he would allow me to buy a whole new wardrobe. Not that I would want to, but what if I would have stopped it at just the dress? I wouldn't have known that he was going to be open to allowing me, not that he's, we talk about finances, but I'm saying not that I wouldn't have known that he would have been okay with me buying everything else.
We have luggage. We don't need any more.
I didn't know where he was going to stop with the no. So anyway, I'm glad I didn't have to ask if I could buy a new car before he said no. So
no, because I'm getting a new car next.
He is. What? Tell everybody what you want your car to be.
I want a Pinto.
No, he doesn't. Liar. Tell him seriously.
I don't know. I mean,
What do you mean you don't know? Every time we drive by your car, you tell me. Or is it a truck?
It's a truck.
I call everything a car. Moving on. All right, so that was an example in real life. Now I'm going to tell you an example that came out of this book. If you're just now joining, it's the Go for No book. Thanks for all the hearts. It means you're entertained, right?
See, she said she drove a Pinto. Dream car.
Dream, not my dream. Story of the salesman. So here's the story out of the book, and this is just my version of the story, basically. So there is a salesman who he works at like a suit shop. And that day, his manager just happens to be there, or the district manager, whatever. This customer walks in and explains he wants to buy a whole new wardrobe. Well, thankfully, the salesman is like, he's next up, so he gets to take care of this client, this customer. And the customer buys tons of stuff. His whole total bill is $1,100. And the salesman is feeling completely pumped up. Like, pump up the jam, pump it up. Anyway, that was squirrel brain moment. So he is so excited. He just made the biggest sale he had done so far. And the customer leaves, and he's just feeling pumped, right? Now that song's going to be stuck in all y'all's heads. So he is super excited, and the district manager, or whoever it is not impressed and doesn't really say much to him. And he's saying, wait a second, why aren't you totally...
Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Taparoo. Christy and Jake, y'all just missed an awesome Periscope from the Dempseys. Make sure you click on them and add them to your...
who you're following.
And Adam Green, if he's still on here too, he's a Royal Crown Diamond in our company, and he does some really great Periscopes as well. And I'm about to talk about Royal Crown Diamonds in a minute, so stay tuned for that. Okay, back to the salesman. So the manager guy is not impressed, and the sales guy can't figure out why he's not, so they have this conversation. And the manager says, well, you did a great, fine, whatever. He bought a lot of product, a lot of suits and stuff, but what did he say no to? And the sales guy can't figure out what's the big deal with that. What do you mean? What did he say no to? He bought a suit, he bought 3 pairs of pants, he bought shirts, he bought socks and shoes. What more were you asking for? And he says, but what did he say no to? How did you know he was finished shopping? And that's when the salesman realized he had determined that the customer was finished. He hadn't, he had just called it off like, okay, that should do you. That's a good wardrobe there. So how is this applicable to us in network marketing? Many of our companies have like a starter kit. So I know that when I was very guilty of this when I read this book, again, if you're just tuning in, Go for No. I was very guilty of this because we would do like a starter kit introduction to a class, and people would sign up, but that was it. I decided that they were finished shopping. And so here's a challenge to you is to try to just let them know other products are out there. Let them know about Essential Rewards. Allow them to decide for themselves that they're finished shopping. And it's not that I'm not saying to be salesy, but I'm saying that we are deciding that they're finished and you're not allowing them to decide. So in our company, we sell health and wellness products, and the starter kits are more on the health side, but we have products that are household products as well. And when you're checking them out or helping them fill out their form, either on paper or on the computer, do you have, what if you thought that you could mention, hey, by the way, we have this really awesome household product. Maybe that's something you would be interested in too, and allow them to decide when they're finished.
Well, and when you're teaching a class, you're really teaching kind of a blanket subject to a large group of people. So when you go to that individual one-on-one when they're going to enroll, that's when you want to start asking those open-ended questions to start getting them talking and find out what products might suit them better.
Right.
Yes, we go for the health and wellness, but we may have a mom that has 5 kids and their kids destroy the house and she wants some stuff to help clean it up. So you really want to figure out what products are going to suit them the best when you're having that one-on-one with them. Because, again, you're teaching a blanket subject to a large group of people most of the time.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to hold up this sign, and I want to ask you how many people feel this way. If you feel this way, say yes. So that would be that if you are here and you fail at something, then you feel like you are headed in the wrong direction. You ever felt like this? You're headed towards failure, so surely you must be headed in the wrong direction. So thank you, Holly, for being honest and saying yes, yes. Look at all those yeses. So if you're headed towards failure, you're headed away from success. Well, here's what this book did for me, and other books that I've read too. It really helped open my eyes that is in fact not true. So some of you are saying no, a lot of you are saying yes. Here's what I learned. Failure isn't a destination to be avoided, okay? It's a stepping stone to success. So here's you. We've got to go through failure in order to hit success. And we're going to fail time and time and time again. Even the most highest ranked network marketers out there continue to fail. Yep. We have to fail forward. So here's an example. Our youngest son, Karsten, some of you have seen him in videos or in pictures if you follow us on Instagram, and he loves to play video games. He's 4 years old, and he likes to play them way more than he should. And so he oftentimes will ask us, Mom, Dad, can I play? Can I play? And we say, no, no, no. And he just asks again. Maybe a couple hours later, he'll ask again. He's not afraid of continuing to ask, and we could really learn something from him, because every time we say no, he never takes it personally. He's got a tenacity, a determination, and continues to ask us because he knows at some point we're going to say yes. He knows that our no doesn't ever mean never. It just means not now. It's a no for now. So salesmen, I don't like to consider network marketers salesmen. At least I'm sure there are salesmen type network marketers out there, but I always tell my team, if you feel like you're a salesman, you're doing it wrong. But just because Adam Green loves statistics, I am going to give you a statistic out of this book. Did you know that 92% of salesmen give up before they ask somebody for the 5th time? So the first time, 44% give up when they hear a no. Second time, 22% more, then 14%, then 12%. Those are a lot of percentages. But just know that between the first, second, third, or fourth rejection, 92% of salesmen give up, and they don't ever attempt again. Now here's the kicker. Research shows that 60% of customers say no, how many times? 4 times before they say yes. So you've got 60% of people that now they've said no 4 times. Now they're ready to say yes, but 92% of people...
One more time you got to ask.
Right, 92% of the salespeople won't ask the 60% that are ready. So think back to kids like my son, who continues to ask us. He knows at some point we're going to say yes. And again, not saying for you to be salesy, but keep that in your head, because a lot of people give you a no for now, a not yet. They give you anything other than a no. I mean, anything other than a yes, but don't give up on those people. One of the top fears of network marketers is fear of rejection. But what did we just learn? 60% of customers, one more time, sure, 60% of customers will reject you 4 times or more before saying yes. 60% of customers will reject you 4 times before they say yes. 92% of salesmen won't ever ask after the 4th time. So you've got this huge group of people waiting to say yes, but no salesmen, only 8% of the salesmen are going to, go for it. Isn't that interesting that 8% out of the Young Living members are ranked? Pretty cool statistic right there. All right. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting in the face of fear. So there are no such thing as a fearless leader. I've said this many times before. There's so many things that I have a fear about. I don't like public speaking, but yet I continue to public speak because it's like a love-hate relationship. I get really nervous about it, and I break out in hives. I think I'm pretty red right now just talking to y'all in front of the screen. But I choose action to kill that fear every time. So it's not that I have courage because I don't have a fear. It's because I face that fear.
And here I was. I thought you were getting all splotchy because I was next to you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Okay.
So there was a question that was asked early before the statistics.
I'm not ready for questions.
Okay.
No.
I'm just going to drink my kombucha.
I just want to get this done. I mean, can y'all agree that if I just get this done, then we can answer questions?
Absolutely.
Rock on. How to live natural. Okay. Here we go. Action kills fear. So go out there and get rejected. Because I'm happy. Not so that you can ignore the no's. Like when I say go out there and get it rejected and get all excited about it and get all happy about it, like the intro song that we played. Not that you ignore the no's, but that you become numb to them. And why does that matter? Basically, you experience the no's and so many no's often enough that your fear of rejection loses its power on you. How many of you feel like the fear of rejection has a grasp on you? It has a lot of power over you. In order to make it lose its power, you're going to have to kill that with some action. Do you know what the alternative to this is? If you don't embrace rejection, what is the alternative? You experience no so many times or enough times that you allow those failures to be the excuse, and therefore it's the reason that you quit. So I did a Periscope. Again, if you missed that Periscope, check it out on YouTube. Alana Bookout is the channel, I believe it is. And see, I'm going to get squirrely. Babe.
Someone asked about the kind of kombucha.
Okay.
There you go.
Just FYI, it might rot your teeth out. Okay. If you don't understand why I just said that, you'll have to watch the replay. What was I saying? See? Yes, don't commit to not quit. Back to regular programming. Do y'all know how elephants are trained? This is not a squirrel moment. This is in my notes. If you know how elephants are trained. When elephants are babies, they are chained. There's a big chain that they usually put around their leg, and they stake it into the ground. And the baby elephant will try to run away, and it's not strong enough to break that chain. So over time and time again of failures, it gives up. And as that elephant grows, even when it becomes a mature, full-grown adult, it very much has the power to break that chain, but it doesn't try anymore. It has completely quit trying. It failed so many times, got rejected so many times that it just quit. So are you an elephant? I feel like an elephant sometimes, like we just had dinner, but are you an elephant? Most people are no different from the elephant. They experience enough failures and they learn how to quit. Sadly, they may find themselves in new situations where there are no real barriers, but they restrain themselves within their own imaginary wall. So I'm sorry that I kind of read that right there, but I thought that was so good. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any wording there. But you basically have to enjoy the restraint, enjoy the rejections, because you got to welcome them. Someday you're going to be strong enough to overcome it, and you're going to be powerful enough to break through that chain and be successful. Anybody know who Alan Breed is? Do you know who Alan Breed is, babe?
I never met him.
Anybody know what that guy's name is? Who that is? Mach 2 on your hair on fire. I have that book right here. Well, it was right here.
It's in our library.
So Alan Breed invented and offered airbag sensors to Detroit automakers. This was back in 1967. And what did they tell him? They told him a big fat no. Did he give up? No. For 20 years, Alan Breed used a lot of money, a lot of lobbying Congress to try to get them to pass a law, which they did 20 years later. Congress passed legislation mandating the use of airbags. So 20 years of no's, 20 years of rejection. And then Alan Breed went through another 10 years until his first big sale was made. So this is nearly 30 years after he was first rejected by the Detroit automakers. What does this even mean? Just wait. I'm about to blow your mind right here. In 1995, so almost 30 years after his first rejection, 30 years of being that elephant tied to the ground on that chain, he sold 23 million airbag sensors for the net profit, $120 million. So you could say that in his 30th year of being told no, he earned $120 million. Or could you twist it around and say that he didn't earn $120 million his 30th year, but instead earned $4 million for every year he was told no?
Ooh.
That's a pretty good deal, don't you
that.
think? Did it give you goosebumps? Because I just got goosebumps saying that out loud. Anybody feel mind blown? Thank you. Now let's equate this to your business. I don't know if Adam Green is still on here, but Royal Crown Diamond, and in our company, that's the highest rank you can get to. According to our income disclosure, Royal Crown Diamonds, on average, make $1.2 million per year. $1.2 million per year. Then you have this thing right here. 4-Year Career, written by Richard Bliss Brooke. If you do not have this, get this book. You can get it in any edition. It does not have to be your company's edition. But in the 4-Year Career, it basically says that you have the ability to pursue a career and get residual income. You technically could rise up to that position in 4 years if you've got determination, dedication, and application. So let's say that you commit to not quit and you build your business for 4 years and you get up to, and I'm just on average, I'm not saying that that's average across the board, but this is an ability. You could totally do it if you put your mind to it. Let's make a rhyme. Anyway, let's say for the sake of this that it took you 4 years to climb to Royal Crown Diamond, and on your 4th year, you're making $1.2 million. Is that $1.2 million your 4th year, or is that $300,000 for every year you went through all those rejections, you conquered all those fears, you accepted all of the excuses, and you threw them off to the side? What if it even took you 10 years to get to that $1.2 million residual income? You can again say it's $1.2 million for that 10th year, or you could say that was $120,000 for every year that you went through all of the painstaking fears and excuses and you conquered them all. So commit to not quit and reward yourself and your team members for their failures. How many of us leaders reward our team members only for their successes? Well, guess what? The people that are successful are continuing to have fails, continuing to go through failure times. So what if we as a network marketing profession embraced and congratulated the people that went through failures? Good job. Success is on the other side. Fail forward.
Someone wanted to know the name of that book again. The
4-Year Career. They do have an edition. If you are in any network marketing company, you can look and see if your company has their own edition. The difference is, so the book is the same. The difference is in the back you will find people like Adam Green who has done successful, they have grown and been very successful in that particular network marketing company. Overall, failures mean they are still headed towards success. So, before we break out our questions, that's my little rant is over. Again, go for the no. Screenshot this if you need to. Go for the no. I want to ask you if you have watched Q&A with DNA or my Periscopes before, will you either tap the screen for a heart or press yes, type out yes so I can see how many of you have already tuned into our scopes before.
How many returning followers do we have?
Yeah. Yes. I like the yeses. Perfect. Now, here's where honesty. Y'all ready to get down to the honesty business? If you have learned something from us, and I'm going to expand this other than just us, because there's a lot of awesome Periscopes out there. There's a lot of awesome books out there. There's a lot of awesome audios out there. So in the past week, month, year, I don't care what it is, if you have learned a really awesome skill, if you've learned an awesome nugget of wisdom, here's where I want you to be honest. And raise your hand if you've learned stuff, but you're not applying it yet. Ooh. Look, the hearts kind of stopped a little bit. They were like, uh-oh. Yeah. Yes. Sasha, thank you for your honesty. Okay, you shared it with your downline. Are y'all saying, when you're saying yes and me, does that mean that you have not applied them or you have applied them? Unfortunately. See? Okay. I wanted this to get real with y'all. The reason why is because skill alone is overrated. Knowledge alone is overrated. Ability alone is overrated. You can watch these Periscopes all day long. You can read these books that we recommend. You can listen to audios all day long. You can do all of that. You can already have an awesome ability of salesman-like things, like networking with people. You can have an awesome ability of relationships. You can have a great knowledge of the compensation plan. If you're watching the Dempsey's Oily Tools stuff, you can have all the skill in the world. But skills, knowledge, and ability without application is worthless. Oh, I'm getting all fired up. You need to apply what you are learning. So I challenge you, what I just taught you tonight, what you have learned last week. If you have been reading a book, an audio, yada, yada, yada. I'm like preaching it tonight, and you're usually the serious one. And it's about to go down. I'm all serious. But I don't want to see y'all just out. No. I'm like, I'm getting all, do you see how red I'm getting? But here's the thing. If y'all are learning all that stuff, don't stop at just the knowledge. Don't stop at just the tips and the skills. Go out there and apply it. Now, if you're feeling amen to the amen, when this scope is over, I want you to share the button with your team members so that they can see this, because we just got real. And it wasn't real fun and happy like the song said it was. It was real serious, was it not? Now, I'm going to let you open it up to Q&A with DNA, and that's when I'm going to break out in my normal silliness.
I only have a couple questions right now.
Okay.
So but get ready to start asking. Explain open-ended questions. Someone asked that at the very beginning. When we talked about asking open-ended questions.
I think somebody posted that.
Teaching a blanket subject. And then once they come one-on-one with you, you start talking to them, asking them open-ended questions on to figure out what kind of products they might like, or how to figure out what product's going to cater to them.
Okay. What?
What are open-ended?
Okay. I'm not sure. I think somebody posted that. I didn't say open-ended questions, but I think somebody had messaged. I
said it. But I'm asking you to explain it.
Well, I'm not sure what in context, at a class, you need to be asking open-ended questions. What do you mean?
Just in general.
Who said that? Who's wanting to know, and if I'm even on the right track there? If you're just now tuning in, you missed the best Periscope of today or all week. So you better go back and watch the replay because now it's getting down to the silly time.
Something they can't answer with a yes or no. So, I mean,
right.
you want to ask open-ended questions where it gets them talking. You don't want to talk near as much. You want to just ask a question and get them going.
It depends what company you're with. Ours, like I said, sells a lot of health and wellness products. So it could be things like what health goals are you looking to achieve with these products, things like that.
'Cause here's the thing. What's the number one thing people love talking about?
Themselves.
So if you get them talking about themselves, then they're going to start talking away, and you're going to figure out what products they need or whatever, anything. You're going to find out maybe things you don't want to know about their life. But as long as you get them talking about themselves, you're good.
If you show somebody a lot of product, maybe you show them the starter kit and you also show them some other options of whatever your company sells. A lot of times you could say stuff like, if money wasn't an option, when you look at all of this, what all do you know that your family could benefit from? Or, I mean, it's just different across the board depending on what your company markets, but open-ended questions are a really good idea. So.
And then someone asked, where do you find your old Periscopes that you did?
Go to YouTube. If you click on this guy down here and make sure that I think when you click on that, my name will come up, like my profile, and just jot down how to spell my name and search that in YouTube, and you'll find all kinds of videos. Here's a warning. Some of them are really silly.
Some of them are based off our company.
Yes, a lot of them are the Periscope replays, but then you'll see me putting like toothpaste on my armpits, and it will give you great joy. You're welcome. Yeah. Yes.
Dempsey's, that was for you, since y'all talked about it.
Yeah. Again, if y'all are in our company and you know who you are, if you are, click on the Dempseys. Make sure you're following them so that you can get up-to-date information on Oily Tools and all of their late night Q&As.
Now let's go for some questions, all right? I want to hear hear the questions you guys have for us, all right? Let's do it.
Let's do this.
What was the first time ever?
Oh, in the toothpaste video? Yeah, I just didn't even know. I didn't even know what I was doing. But I still put toothpaste on these bad boys every day. You rest assured there. Yep. 98 people in this Heart and Away. Love this Heart-a-thon.
Any questions?
Yeah, I guess it's time to go.
Your IG?
Instagram. I believe it's still my name. Say my name. I'm going to see how many. So let's see. I had 161,000 hearts before this started. And now it's up to 170. Y'all been good. Y'all been real good. That's awesome.
Okay, it is Alana_bookout.
What's the biggest challenge in the first year? I think the biggest challenge is the biggest challenge. I have several that I want to say, so I'm trying to put it down to one.
I'll say it from a husband's perspective.
Okay.
Biggest challenge in the first year is learning what sacrifices both of you have to make in order to push to be successful. Really more so on the husband side, but communication fixes that problem. Fixes that, not even a problem, fixes that right away. But it's just adjusting to what the new lifestyle that you're going to be pursuing. Because if you know someone who is successful within a network marketing company or within your network marketing company, talk to them, and especially your husband. He's going to, once he figures out what you potentially could be making if you work your tail off, it's hard for him to say no. Go for the no.
How has network marketing both helped and hurt your marriage? There's Dr. Jim Bob. Y'all click on his name, Dr. Jim Bob. You need to comment again, and everybody get out your pointer finger right now. We're going to wait for your comment, Dr. Jim Bob, and when that pops up, you need to click on his name and you need to follow him. He does phenomenal. It doesn't matter if you're in our company or not. Phenomenal teachings on body systems. You learn all about health and wellness. Yo. Click on that right now.
Click on yo.
He likes to talk. I'm just warning you. But you will have fun, you will smile, and you will learn a lot. There you go.
Yeah, go for it.
What was... Oh, what has hurt our marriage? What was the question again? How long does it take you to get an executive level in our company? Michelle, when you see other ones, will you write them down? Because I'm going to forget. Michelle, I did not want to pursue the business. I was adamant and downright against the business side for a year and a half. Once I decided to, I basically hit executive on accident because I had signed up people as a hobby, like just friends and family. And some of those had signed up some people. So I hit executive on accident, but that took a year and a half to get to that place. And then I had a come to Jesus meeting, and I realized that we had this had been gifted to us in our laps, this opportunity to pursue network marketing. And I decided to go full force, and we've been pursuing it for 2 years now.
I got Jim Bob.
Sorry, that totally went away.
Jim Bob asks, how has network marketing helped or hurt your business?
Okay, and real quick, if you are writing a question and we are not answering it because it's disappearing real quick,
just keep asking.
Yes, a tip is write it out and then click on all the wording and copy it so you can just post it again and you're not having to retype it out.
Copy and paste.
So, how has network marketing helped and hurt your marriage? Well, he worked tons of hours, so I've always felt like we've had a really good marriage. In fact, we will be married 11 years this month. Knuckles.
Boom.
Anyway, and we're still together going strong. So it was just a very hard season for several years when he was working so much, and I didn't feel like we had a lot of quality time together. And when he was home, he was spending time with our kids because our kids did not know their father. So network marketing totally changed our marriage, changed our family dynamic, because now he's home and he's able to spend a lot more time with us. How has it hurt our marriage?
I don't know if it's hurt, but I will say this. I think probably the main reason that it did not hurt our marriage is I was coming from such a miserable career prior to this that I don't think anything could have hurt our marriage more than what my previous career was. I'm not going to go into it and talk about what it was.
It was really hard.
It was just a lot of hours, no time really with the family, with Alana. So going from that to being able to see my wife and kids all day, every day, that was amazing. So I don't really know if it has hurt our marriage at all, really. I mean, if anything, it's made us stronger. I mean, because now not only are we married, we're business partners as well, and we're Periscope partners.
And some people have asked me, like, how do you spend that much time with your husband all day, every day, and how do y'all function having to be married and work together? Well, I don't know if it's just a healthy marriage. I don't know if we're weird, but he's my husband, and I kind of like him, and I kind of like hanging out with him, and I really like doing business with him. So I love that he's around all the time. And yes, do we get to where we need a break, and I'm headed to Target to just wander the aisles or whatever? Sure, we get breaks.
Speaking of that, have you seen that picture on Facebook of how a woman shops at Target?
Grocery shopping all day long.
Inside jokes are the best.
Hashtag inside joke. Can't know about it. All right. For a newbie, what would be the most important thing to focus on? Actually taking action steps. So you can think about this all day long. You can wish for success. You can pray for success. You can, dream about it. But if you are not taking action steps, you will never, ever, ever be successful. You have to step forward. And I mean daily activity. So I oftentimes say more meetings. It's just got to be more meetings. Adam Green says more moms equals more money. Just, a lot of women are the ones that take charge of their health, especially in our field or in our company, take charge of their health. So meet with people, build relationships. I have lots of newbie advice, but the biggest things would be to not quit. You commit to not quit. This is a marriage, not like, a trial basis. You need to decide that you're going to do this and you need to stick with it. You need to do action steps consistently, and do not assume. Do not assume that somebody wouldn't be interested in the product, and do not assume that somebody would not be interested in the business. You allow them to tell you no, but otherwise you just keep going.
All right. How do you balance everyday chores? Pretty much, they ask, like laundry, cleaning up around the house. How do you balance that throughout the day? If we're both,
it's really easy for me to balance those chores. I just give them to this man right here. No, I have a lot of chores, but I don't like laundry and dishes, and he likes those things. So I like to cook sometimes, not all the time, but I do cook frequently. I like to vacuum, and I like to hire somebody to clean our house. So, it just goes like that. For other chores, a big one for us is homeschool, because we do homeschool our kids. So we do have somebody that teaches them, but in everyday, like, you just gotta, what?
She's asked this question several times. How do you change your business model 2 years in without confusing people?
How do you change your business model? Like your systems that you have in place? I'm not sure I understand your question. I'm going to sip on some tooth-rotting kombucha right now.
Like, I need to do things differently, but don't want to confuse my team starting fresh.
Well, I mean, the question to ask yourself is it going to be, it might be hard at first, but is it going to be a better way to duplication in your team moving forward? So
communication is going to be the key factor in your changing your business model.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna change your business model, understand that that's going to put more work on you in the forefront, but on the backside of everything in the long run, it is going to help you out probably depending on what your business plan is. But the reason I'm saying it's going to make you busier in the forefront is because you have to make yourself available to questions nonstop. People coming after you trying to figure out what's the change again? What are we doing again? What's different? They're going to come at you nonstop with questions, and you got to be ready to answer those questions right away, and just communicate. Remember, if it's a positive change, communicate it in a positive way. Don't communicate it as, oh, I'm annoyed that I keep getting calls. You got to be positive the whole time, or else your team's not going to catch that negative vibe, and all of a sudden that momentum is going to start doing this right here.
So you can't grow without change, and some people don't like change, and so it is kind of an earthquake feeling on your team for a quick bit. But something that I like to do is discuss the changes with top leaders that I have, and then allow them to trickle that information down so that you're not the voice for everybody. You can pass that buck along, if that makes sense.
How long do you How long after you put this on YouTube?
I usually put it on right away.
How do we communicate with our team?
Well, all sorts of ways. Sometimes I'm just silly. Like, yes, I can get serious, but I like to be silly. So sometimes I may tape my nose like this and I FaceTime somebody and we just chat. I mean, we have fun in our team, and it's motivating and encouraging and a really positive environment. I do like to communicate a lot on Facebook. We have a Facebook group for the product information. We also have a Facebook group for the business side for our team members. So we do a lot of communication on there. That's primarily what I do. I do send out random cards to people on my team that I just want to acknowledge for no reason at all other than to just give them a boost of motivation. And we also send out rank
I know that's not true. Adam Green is not boring.
Yeah, so that is how the majority of it
I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding.
Is Facebook communication. Phone calls is huge. Do y'all know every single person on the planet carries this in their hand, like all day long. So this is
Even
the best
newborns.
way. I mean, they're always got a phone in their hand.
Newborns
always.
come out holding the new they're going to be holding that new iPhone.
I know. So pick up y'all's phone. Do not be scared to make a care call and tell people that you are there for them. You appreciate them making their purchases. Do they have questions? Yada, yada, yada. But communication is key. Do people want a phone call? I say yes. I mean, it may not be the best time for them. But I have such great success on care calls. And sure, you get the ones that are annoyed because you called during the wrong time or they don't have any interest in talking to you, but that is not the majority, especially if you know how to go about a care call.
Yvette says she has never had a tape measure.
I'll have to FaceTime you, Yvette.
Be prepared, Yvette, and get your tape ready.
Get your tape on, girl. Yes, it's about to get fun. So, Periscope care calls. Okay, somebody had said that to me before. I do not feel comfortable periscoping care calls, and the reason for that is I would not want, if somebody was to call me, I've seen, my husband follows, who is it, Howie Mandel? Is that what his name is? And he will call people and they don't know that they're on Periscope and everybody's listening to them. So I don't feel comfortable doing that without the person's permission that they're going to be blasted on there. But I have no problem doing a Periscope about a care call. There have been other people that have done care calls, and I think it's awesome. I just personally don't feel comfortable with it because we do have people like anybody would. We have some people of higher stature, or we've got some, I don't know how to word this. Anyway, some of these people I don't know, and then they turn out to be somebody very important or famous, and I just don't feel comfortable getting in that predicament. So,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But I'd be happy to do a Periscope on care calls. We could do role playing as well.
Yeah, that's good.
On my tape ready. You could do a private one-on-one care call. Of course, I wouldn't mind doing that as long as the person agreed that they would be okay with hearing that. So, yeah. Any other questions? I know Jake and Christy, the Dempseys, if you've seen them, make sure you're following them. I know that they're, I think, going to do a late night chitty-chatty with them. Again, if you missed the beginning of this Periscope, you got to get this book, Go for No.
We'll take a couple more questions, and then we're gonna go. We've been on for a little bit, so
we are in the Dallas area. How do you involve your kids in tour business? Well, here's the cool part about network marketing and technology that we have today. You really don't need to.
In your business.
Oh, I'm like thinking, some people feel like they do have to tour around and they have to go from city to city and that their people can't be successful unless they show up, and that's total myth. So in my business, how do we involve our kids? Well, our kids are very aware that this is our full-time business. I often ask if they want to help out with mailing stuff. Sometimes they make videos with me. But really, I mean, they're young. They're 8 and 4, and so just, it's like if they feel like being involved that day, great. If not,
our kids love our products, too, that are within our company. And so, I mean, they're almost a product of our company. I mean,
they're a product of the product for sure. Tips on getting your team members to meetings
in a small town, from a small town.
Okay, so this is what's really great about discovering somebody's why, and I know I need to do a Periscope just on that. But you need to help people discover their why if they don't already have it. Either way, you need to know what that is and probably write it down. So I know I could use, for example, several team members of ours that have these incredible whys, and they're all very different. And I feel like everybody dropped off. It got real blank. Are y'all still there? Heart, if you're still there, or are we frozen?
There's 81 of them still there.
Well, it got like where it stopped. Okay, so anyway.
Tap a room. Once you reach 500 stars, you got to log out and come back in. And
these are hearts, honey, not stars.
I'm sorry, your hearts. Log out, come back in, and your count starts back over, and you can start adding even more hearts.
What was the question? I'm like, what was I answering?
How do you get people to come to meetings?
Oh, yes.
Small town.
Yeah, so I need to do a Periscope on that. But what you need to know is figure out what that person's motivation is in the business. Because then when you're and that's just business side. I can explain the product side here in a second. But how to get them to meetings, you can call them up. Hey, Dustin, I know that you are so passionate about funding adoptions, and I know that you haven't been able to come and attend some of the meetings, but we've got this amazing meeting tonight or 3 weeks from now or whatever.
Thank you, Jake and Christy.
that is going to rock your world. Like, I know that this is going to be very helpful for your business, and I know you really do have a heart for being able to fund adoption. So I think it would be really great for you to show up and get your learn on. And so that way you can attach an emotion to the invitation, which will possibly give them some more spark, some more fire, inspire them to show up. As far as getting people to your product meetings, if that's a question of anybody's, sometimes it's simply, will you do me this, will you do me a favor, or I would love for you to be my guest. And sometimes they may say, yeah, I'll try to make it, or yes, I can come. And then many times, how many times do they not show up, or they cancel at the last minute? So my tip for you is to give them a job, especially if it's somebody that you know. So if they give you I might be able to come, or yes, I'll be able to come, a way to try to avoid them canceling, it would ask them to bring something. Hey, would you mind if you do come? I would love for you to come. So you're telling me that you're going to be able to. I would love for you to bring me a big platter that you have, because I'm going to need some more, another plate for whatever you're serving. Or would you mind bringing note cards or something? I mean, oftentimes try to pick something that they already own so they don't have to buy something, but then they will feel a need that they're needed. They have, it's harder for them to back out because they know you are counting on them. How y'all like that? Mm-hmm. How y'all like that? Okay. I didn't even know we could track hearts because Christy was just telling us this. So, wow, y'all are doing so great.
Better business builders.
No, not necessarily. It has nothing to do with extroverts or introverts. It's all about dedication, determination, application, the ones that are the go-getters that are going to do it no matter what. So, again, if you've missed the first part of this, I get very nervous when I speak in front of people, but I continue to overcome that fear time and time and time and time and time again. And so, people that are introverts, they can choose to overcome their comfort zone, to get outside of those boundaries. So it really has nothing to do with their personality. Oh, where's my hashtag sign? It has nothing to do with that. It's everything to do with their determination. Zach, we are part of Young Living. We're platinum leaders in Young Living.
Which book do you want us to hold up? We got
Go for No.
And then the other one, it's under the John Maxwell book.
Okay. If you do not know how to hit hearts, you got to tap-a-roo the screen. If you are watching this on your iPad or your tablet or your phone, hearts are basically just telling the broadcaster that you are either agreeing what they're saying, you love them, you want to be their best friend, you want them to drink more kombucha, you love all the knowledge you're getting. So anyway, all these hearts are awesome. It makes me feel really good about taking the time to share with y'all. I really do. In my intro, I'm trying to do my intro every time for those of y'all that don't hear me, but in my intro, it's all honesty. Network marketing really did change our lives, changed our future. I am on a mission to inspire and motivate others to do the same thing and pursue network marketing because I love to encourage people. I love the business side. I will tell you, in our company, I absolutely love the products. I love sharing the products, but what I love more is inspiring others to pursue the business side and network marketing in general, because I really do think it is an awesome, or if not the best business model out there. So I take time to make notes every day and give y'all some really good nuggets of wisdom. Hopefully y'all are learning some awesome things, and that is a passion of mine. I really just want to encourage y'all. So I hope that you're feeling encouraged, and I appreciate all of the messages we have received. Doo-doo brown. Love your doo-doo brown hearts.
Hey, yeah, we'll take any color hearts you got.
Yeah. I love it. Love it.
Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you go down and share this video. Once you share it on Facebook, it has 24 hours to be viewed, and other people can share it as well. So every time it gets shared, it adds an additional 24 hours from that person's Facebook page.
I don't know how you know when you hit 500. All you do is X out of your screen and then just click on the live feed again, and you can keep going. But 500 hearts, we love you if you've given 500 hearts. I'm sure everybody's going to get like carpal tunnel in their finger or something. Anyway, Zach, did you ask where we are in Dallas, Texas area? You've done it 4 times and you still have doo-doo hearts? YouTube videos, always there. Yes, I do not take them down. Again, if you will swipe your screen or click the man and make sure that you are following us so that you get these videos. We've been doing videos every day. I don't know that we'll always be able to do that. I'm pretty spontaneous, and a pitfall of mine in the network marketing profession or in life in general is I have a hard time with schedules, which is kind of good. When you're a network marketer, you can build your own and create your own schedule, but we're just spontaneous. We do these videos when it's convenient for us. So our boys are in bed, and this is like our date night plus business meeting for our team members and anybody else joining in. So 1,800.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's awesome. What is your name? How to Live Natural? I can't tell because when they color everybody's picture, it's hard to see who's who. Let's see, I'm going to, if you go to watchonperiscope.com, you can see how many, whoa, we're up to 183. Sarah, is that your name or her name? Oh, it's her name. Awesome. Oh, awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much for all your hearts. Are there any other questions before we call it a night and we all go watch Jake and Christy? Should we dance to Happy again? Isn't that a happy song? Anybody seen the Minions new movie? She is my upline. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad it was fantastic. Thank you, Bree Marie 83. I remember that name from another Periscope. How do we find Jake and Christy? It's at the Dempseys.
The Dempseys.
The Dempseys, will y'all comment so everybody can click on you? The Dempseys are crown diamonds in our not in our organization, but in our company. And so they are there's the at the Dempseys, yes.
There you go, yeah. At the Dempseys right there. There's a perfect spelling.
They provide some really good info.
Yeah, they're very good friends of ours too. So go follow them. They have some awesome information for all y'all out there. So
who is going to take an action step from the success tips you heard tonight?
Yes, we gave you a bunch of information and a bunch of tools. Now
who's
you need
going
to
to
take
actually
action and apply these tools.
Yeah,
and everything
raise your hand. Oh, awesome, Sarah.
Yeah, I met Jacob at Advanced, and he's speaking at a convention as well.
Awesome. Hey, Jeanette. That's not good. Of course. Okay. Good job, Yoshika and Yvette. I really want to hear that you have applied this information. Go for no. Right there. Go for no. Do you do ULA Life? I attended the ULA Palooza. I do have on my board right next to me an ULA drawing I did to make sure that I'm not.
I use the deodorant. She uses toothpaste. Just to answer that question.
I try to make sure I'm not neglecting any area of my life, but that's about as, I'm always trying to be aware of areas.
Yeah,
but
just remember the balance for our life is not going to be the same balance for your life, so you need to find your balance as well.
Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome. All right, guys, I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I have no idea.
We don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow every time we get off of here. So
I know. But it's going to be good, I'm sure. Hopefully it is.
She'll probably wake up in a couple hours and be like, I got it.
Yes. So just a recap for those of you that came in late. The book I talked about was Go for No, and it is basically about how we need to embrace our failures. We need to embrace the rejections that we get because we have to fail forward. Success is on the other side of failure, and so it basically looks like this. There you are. There failure is. Your eyes look like
me.
You look like a serial killer or something when you just did that. So anyway, all right, y'all have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.